everyone, and welcome to Psych 150. I hope you all are excited to start this semester. I know I am. I always get excited because, well, I just love talking about psychology. And so if you are enrolled in this class, it may be because it's a gen ed course and you figured it was easy, or maybe you heard my class was easy. Some students say that, but it's easy because it's fun, but there is a lot of work. With that being said, we are going to study the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So I think sometimes people forget that psychology is in fact a science, which you will hear me harp on all semester. So don't worry, you have that to look forward to. My name is Elizabeth Japsik-Schuler, and I will be your facilitator for this course for this semester. Now, with that being said, I wanted to give you a quick background about myself, and then I will go into the syllabus and Blackboard and try to cover as much information I can in a small amount of time. Let's go. So here's a picture of me and my husband at Disney World. We do have a son, but I don't put him in pictures on any type of media, not until he's old enough to consent to that. But I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Lewis University. That's in Romeoville, Illinois. I am originally from Chicago. You may hear it in the way I speak. I've found that my students, we have lovely conversations about cultural differences between the North and the South, once we get to different stereotypes and those types of fun things. So we're going to cover some heavy topics, outside of that. But don't worry, I always remain impartial, and we're creating a safe space for everyone to share and discuss. I have a Master of Arts in Education and Adult Education from East Carolina University. I also have a certificate in community college instruction. Now, where's that psych background we're looking for? I actually studied industrial organizational psychology before going into adult education, and I realized that wasn't really my bag. So I spent a lot of money on a grad program I didn't really enjoy. But I love psychology, and I knew I wanted to teach it, so that's how I got here. So yeah, I guess I tell that little tangent to my students so that they understand things may not work out perfectly or according to plan, but you'll get to where you need to be. If you have any questions about, school and how you're going to progress, come and talk to me. I'm a first-generation college student. I was undecided for the longest time. I made every mistake, spent all the money. I'm a good resource of what not to do and how you can change it and what you should do. Anyway, yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago. Some things I like, very much. I enjoy psychology, of course. Who doesn't? Once you get through this class, you'll realize what I mean. Parenting. I love parenting, especially because I'm a new parent. So if any of y'all are parents, you can use this information and kind of incorporate that into everyday life and how you interact with your children. If you don't have children, use your dog, your cat, your siblings, your parents. You're going to use what we have in this class. There's a lot of information. I had people talking to me when we talk about conditioning later, how they condition their siblings, how they train their dog. I also have a toddler and a puppy because I apparently am not mentally stable, and I was like, you know what, I need more stress in my life. So I'm using all of this stuff every day, even outside of teaching you all. One thing to note about my videos, I go on random tangents. Sometimes I try to keep them at a minimum. And I will mess up, and I don't revise them, so you'll see me go, blah, 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 because we're all human. I want to keep this casual. I want to show you that I'm not perfect, and as we go through, I don't know everything. But I know a lot of things about this particular topic, so I can help you move through it. And if you have questions for me, or think things should be revised, or something was worded funny, come to me, and I'll fix it, I'll discuss it, we'll get through it. But I also like games. That should say video. I can't type apparently in that section. I love video games. I especially love Call of Duty, Warzone. That's probably the only thing I play right now because I have a short attention span at the moment. But yeah, it's a good way to connect with my friends back home in Chicago. So we play like Saturday nights from like 10 at night to like 4 in the morning. That's our solid block of gaming. I also love board games, and I love, athletics. So if it's a game, I'm probably down to play it. I also love Disney, but I wouldn't call myself a Disney adult. If y'all have seen the stereotype about that, it makes me laugh. I do love Disney. It's a love-hate relationship. And I love politics. Now, I don't get into politics in this class because that's outside of the purview of our study, but a lot of relevant topics are seen in how we analyze like social psychology. Like last semester, we mentioned politics, but didn't get on any particular side. So I'm very good about remaining impartial because I know that as students we have so many different backgrounds we're bringing in. But with that being said, it's interesting to see how psychology influences all these different facets. And with the election season and different speeches and debates, we were able to see psychological processes in action and kind of decipher those. So just a little dip in the water of what we're going to do. Now, let me get away from that PowerPoint. I'll minimize it. Now here is what our blackboard is going to look like. Now let me switch to the student preview because this is what you all are going to see. So you're going to see my lovely welcome note, and the first thing you're going to note is you must complete an introductory assignment before January 15th. This ensures your enrollment in the course. If you do not complete this, you will not be enrolled in the course. So you go to your content assignments folder, which you have to complete it to see this video. So I don't even know why I'm doing this right now. But once you complete this introductory assignment, I'm just going to do it right now. Let me move my little camera. Because I didn't do it for the student view. So, I completed my introductory assignment. Now the content of our course is going to open. This is the course content folder. This is where you'll find all of our information. My videos, our PowerPoints, and your assignments. Okay? And so you see Unit 1, I put a nice little star here to kind of guide you. And the folders are going to be set up in a similar fashion. You know what, let's go to Unit 1 first. So usually I'll put instructions for this unit, and you'll have a bit of a blurb about what we're going to study, what the homework is going to be, and if you have any questions to contact me. Then usually in the module, we don't have any homework this first week outside of the introductory assignment. So usually I'll put the homework right after. Then I will put our PowerPoints, then I will put our videos, and then I'll put our supplemental resources. Supplemental resources are going to be our learning materials that enrich our content but aren't required. For example, videos I like to show. Also web links that I think are relevant. Again, they're not required as a part of your homework, but they will help. Unit 2, I've yet to put up our discussion board. I have to revise it. But you see how we have instructions, we have the presentations. These are PowerPoint files that are narrated. And then we have supplemental resources. And the homework will always be below the instructions for the unit. Okay? So a little bit of a guide on how your course content is going to be located within the Blackboard. So you'll have your announcements. I send out announcements generally every Monday and every Friday. Just to kind of remind you of what's coming up for the week and what's due. I send out reminders to complete your homework on Fridays, and I try to on Sundays too, just to kind of poke you a little bit. We'll get into that more. The instructor tab is going to have information about me, including my office hours, my contact, my phone number, and my office location. You can visit me face-to-face in the office as long as we're wearing masks properly. I will say last semester a student visited me who had COVID. We were in the office for an hour, but I didn't get it because we both wore our masks the right way and sanitized our hands, so very important. So if you do want to come to the office, that's fine. You just have to book an appointment. Don't just show up. I won't let you in. Then I'm going to go to the syllabus tab. Your syllabus tab is going to have your syllabus. Literally like the most important document. Excuse me. See, I don't edit things. So when you click that syllabus, we're going to download that. And let's take a gander at it. You're going to have our course ID, our course and section. Since I blended and Blackboard all of these courses together on my end, it's easier just to put one syllabus. So you'll have your course ID, if you're at the 200 section. Your ID number is 38009, etc. This course will meet from January 6th to May 7th. May 7th is the absolute last day of classes. I usually try to post grades by May 7th or May 8th. We are going to meet online. There will be no face-to-face component. Again, here's my instructor information in case you need it in another location. A bit about our course. So this course is going to provide an overview of the scientific study of human behavior. Topics include history, methodology, biopsychology, sensation, perception, learning, motivation, cognition, abnormal behavior, personality theory, social psychology, and other relevant topics. Upon completion, students should be able to demonstrate a basic knowledge of the science of psychology. So that's what we're looking forward to. I know that's a lot of topics and it's a little overwhelming, but as you can see, let me get out of the student preview. If I go to our content and assignments, these unit folders are going to open up each week, because I just feel like it would be really overwhelming to see them all at once. But I've organized all of our topics into nice little folders, which each weekly assignment nestled within. Here I can use a better example of what to expect in our folder. So, you have instructions for this unit. Sometimes the units span multiple weeks, so I make a homework folder. PowerPoints, video lectures, supplemental resources. This is generally the format I have for our courses. I gotta change those dates, so ignore them. So anyway, let me go back there. Let's go back to the syllabus. I have so much stuff up right now. I apologize for the navigation issues. There we go. So we have our student learning outcomes. There are no prerequisites for this class. This course will be delivered in an entirely online format. Here is our psych textbook. So our textbook is OpenStax Psychology 2nd edition. Alright, it's important to get the 2nd edition because the language is just more clear. It is entirely free and online, and I recommend you sign up and access the free supplemental resources that come with it. So when you click the link, which I have conveniently placed within our Blackboard module, if you look on this left-hand side, it says Textbook OpenStax. You're going to click that, and that is a link to your textbook. And there it is. It has all the chapters you need to go through. So when I say, hey, read chapter 1, boom, right there. So it's going to have all the information you need. And make sure when it said read chapter 1, that includes 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, etc., etc. So fortunately, our textbook is nicely located within that module. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know. I know this video is kind of long, and I don't want it to be too long, but this is necessary information. Other materials, you should have a reliable internet connection, because you have homework that's due each week. It is up to you to read, to submit your work, to participate in discussions and assignments every week. Okay? So if you do not have those things, it is your responsibility to secure them. When I was finishing grad school, I moved into my house, and so I was doing homework with the McDonald's Wi-Fi. You do what you gotta do. But remember that on campus we do have those Wi-Fi routers, and the library is still available. So with that being said, I will provide most of the resources and our textbooks online, so that's pretty great. If you do want a hard copy, I've included the link here. I think it's like $30, but that's not required, so you don't need it. What else? Topics and assignments each week. You'll see there's weeks listed here, general dates. These are subject to change depending on how far we get through. The unit folder that we are going to look at, okay, in that second column. And the third assignment, you have your assignments and due dates. Okay, so this is very important. Print this out, frame it, hug it, love it, sleep with it every night. Whatever you have to do to remember these dates. Okay? These are when your assignments are due. I need them submitted, okay, so I can grade them in a timely fashion for you. So you'll see in bold I put your dates. We have 4 exams. The final exam is cumulative, okay? This should say, yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I might have to revise that final exam date. Give me a second. So you'll see all of our topics and assignments you have to do. Remember to read your textbook, okay? That helps you contextualize information. You can't just listen to the lecture and do the PowerPoint. What else? Methods of evaluation. I don't round points. So I've included this handy little sheet for you. Print out your whole syllabus. I'm just telling you, it'll make your life easier. These are the points earned. That's where you can mark the points you got on the assignment. These are the total points possible. Okay? So for a total for our class, there are 540 available points. If you notice, our exam is our exams are not worth a lot of points, because I feel like a lot of people kind of freak out with exams. I'm more invested in how you write in your assignments and your discussion boards. So they are weighted pretty evenly. But the final exam is worth 20% of your grade about. So make a note of that. Here is our grading scale. Please note that I do not round up grades. If you have an 89.9, that is an 89. That is not an A. I've had to do that a couple times with students. I know. Oh, that's so mean. But I offer a lot of extra credit opportunities. I offer especially one giant extra credit paper you can do that's worth 15 points. So if you're teetering on the edge, it's up to you to see like your scores, where you're falling right now, and whether you have to do that extra credit assignment or not. So once final grades are posted, the grades cannot be changed, and I do not round. Your number, your grade percentage will be the truncated whole number. So if you have 89.9, that's an 89. Attendance procedure. This is important. You have an assignment to do each week. If you miss an assignment, that counts as 7 days of absences. Okay? If you miss 2 assignments in a row, you will be dropped from the class. You'll be withdrawn. Alright, so make sure you complete your assignments in a timely fashion. What I do for grading procedures is I will let you turn in an assignment 1 week late, but not discussion boards. So I do offer grace periods. I'm not too harsh with that, but make sure you email me. You know, I'm very flexible beforehand, and I want to help you. I don't want to be too strict on deadlines, but I also have stuff to grade and work on my end, and if I have everyone turn in all their information, all their stuff at the end of the semester, that really puts me back. So it's kind of a balance. I expected you to be flexible with me, and I'll be flexible with you, but make sure you email me and say, hey, you know, Miss Elizabeth, I need extra time on this. Can I get a week? Sure, that's fine. I know things happen. Life happens. Enrollment verification, that introductory assignment that I talked about at the beginning of the video, is due January 15th. Okay? So make sure you finish that. That will open up the course content. If you do not do that, you will not be enrolled in this class. COVID-19 precautions, face-to-face meetings in person only if you arrange it beforehand. Since we're going to be online, there's no need for you to come to campus. But if you end up getting sick with COVID and you were on campus, please let me know so I can we can do contact tracing appropriately. The drop add withdrawal procedure. So the last day of withdrawal from the course without academic penalty is April 2nd. That means, let's say you're failing and you really don't think you're going to pick it up after April 2nd. You withdraw. This counts as a W on your transcript. Okay, and it doesn't affect your GPA. If you withdraw after April 2nd, it will be an F, and that will be calculated into your GPA. So if you feel like withdrawing from this course, please make sure you talk to me or your advisor first, because this can kind of derail your academic progress and things of that nature. We have a whole bunch of wonderful resources, including the Learning Enhancement Center to help you tutor, which they have tutor.com on our Blackboard module. It is awesome. So you go to tutor.com, and it is going to show you this screen. Then you just go to a topic. You'll say Social Sciences, select a subject, Psych 150. You can do chat and voice, and you can ask a question, and you'll be connected to a tutor that will help you. It is awesome, and I would say it's free, but it's not free because you're already paying for it as a student. Part of your tuition and everything pays for this, so take advantage of what you're paying for, right? Yeah, so I think that's everything in a nutshell. I do want to say this Content and Assignments tab at the top where it says Cyber Cafe, this is not our discussion boards for homework. This is a particular board, like we're all in a lovely coffee place, okay? Where I have students, usually they talk about TV shows they like. You know, it's a way for us to connect. So if you have questions about homework, put them in the Cyber Cafe. I check it regularly. Sometimes students want to share their artwork or whatever crafts they're doing, and they upload pictures. I have students who, we talked about TV shows, and it's a lot of fun. It's a way for us to connect and build that community. So feel free to post in there. I know it's nerve-wracking being the first one, but just maintain the community guidelines. Remember to be inclusive, disagree respectfully, add some emotion, and use humor carefully, because sometimes it doesn't translate well online. Anyway, I think that's it for today on what I have to talk about.